When I was in Greece researching, and yes, I don't just sit at home researching, I was talking to the lady, the tour guide in the museum, because from the museum you can actually see the Acropolis. And the lady was saying that the pillars here were made deliberately into sections instead of one solid piece, which they could have done one solid piece, but they did them in sections. And she said there was a bar of some description inside going up, and she said that was done so that if there was earthquakes, the building would shake but wouldn't totally crumble, and in other words it made it earthquake proof, which I found really interesting, because when you actually then look how often Greece has any kind of earthquake, here it says every 2 to 3 days. Some of them obviously so minor you can't feel it, but I mean, what kind of people thought ahead like that? Amazing. I did a video a while back talking about the Rishat structure, which is also known as the Eye of Sahara, where someone on YouTube was saying that this was definitely more than likely Atlantis because it has concentric circles. And I did a video saying that I've done a video on Patreon, a lot longer one, 15 minutes, explaining all the reasons why that person was wrong. But I still get people saying, no, it's definitely the right place because look, it's got circles, even though there's zero evidence whatsoever of any structures, buildings, skeletons or anything. And I'm trying to say to people, look, the Anunnaki built their cities in circles. Each one of these is a different ancient circled city. There's one, there's another one, there's another one, in different locations. So please just bear that in mind next time everyone says that the Rishat structure. No, Anunnaki built their cities in concentric circles. You are not going to believe this coincidence. So it just so happens that the 12 gods of Anunnaki times, in other words Mesopotamia, they love to wrestle naked, and it's written in their stone tablets, and this was part of their heritage. Now, when the Anunnaki stopped writing, e.g. there was not much more talk about them in Mesopotamia, it's about 3000 BC, just so happens 12 other gods that looked the same height as the Anunnaki and looked the same and even wore the same sort of clothes, suddenly appeared in Greece. What a coincidence that was. And they actually also wrestled naked. What a coincidence. You think it's a coincidence, or you think they're one of the same people? Hang on. If the ancient Greeks wrestled naked, and that was because of their 12 gods, which I think were the Anunnaki gods, same gods, then if I'm right, then the location of Sumer, which was Mesopotamia, which predates Greece, would also have wrestling, because they wouldn't have just started wrestling in Greece, would they? Well, actually, I'm right. Yes, this text here literally talks about wrestling in Mesopotamian times, which predates the Greece times, and here is actually a depiction of wrestlers wrestling. Now these ones here actually had belts, so they did that, which is very similar to sumo wrestlers. So sometimes they did have belts, sometimes they didn't. So the coincidences of 12 gods from Greece, 12 gods from ancient Sumer, both enjoying wrestling. Come on, is it just me? Tell me at the end of this video whether I'm being stupid. So basically there's 12 Greek gods, 12 Anunnaki gods, and 12 Roman gods. Now there's a bit of a coincidence there. Now when you actually look at what the Romans did, they actually did pretty much everything the Greek gods did, and that is because the Greek gods were around prior to the Roman gods. In other words, when the Greek gods weren't around anymore in Greece, they ended up in Rome, which would give you the 12 gods. Otherwise, we've now got 3 sets of 12 different gods that all just so happen to look the same. Is it me, or were they all the same Anunnaki gods?